Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big Show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we're working on demo playthrough part 2 for Sniper Elite version 2, or V2, whichever your preference is. So here we are, taking right off from where we left off in part 1. And, not to be reminded of it, but I was killed in action. So I'm being a little bit more cautious here and definitely focusing on the two guys up ahead in the cafe or whatever you want to call it on the right. Trying to get my shot off. And then after a little bit of reconnaissance, I realized that there is a shooter on the left as well, which is part of the reason why I got killed so fast, because there was 3 people shooting at me, not just 2. So I get my BPMs down. One thing I wanted to touch base on this time that I didn't talk about in the first video is that when you walk around or run, your heart rate is higher than normal, and your heart rate plays a pretty big factor. You can see off to the left when I'm scoping in there that actually has the BPM with a gauge, and there's a meter that fills up. That meter allows you to zoom in and kind of slow the pace. Ooh, right in the junk. And once you slow the pace, it'll also even cue in and actually show you the bullet drop. So if you're trying to make a long snipe, you cue in. It'll not only get you closer and slow things down for you to make it easier and a more accurate shot, but it also gives you a pretty good indication of where the bullet's going to drop. So once I finally get up to this rally point here, I realized that it wasn't really, in fact, a rally point, that it's more of a place an explosive point. So I'll go ahead and pilfer some of these guys' goods from their dead bodies. And then we'll move over past it. I guess we still haven't realized yet. I guess I'm just being optimistic, looking ahead for more people to snipe. But you can see now while I'm scoped in, I'm running around. My heartbeat's definitely a lot faster. And in the red, there was no meter charged at all, which is a pretty bad indication for a sniper. So I think this is right when I realize, oh, the marks are still behind me. I better go handle those. So we'll turn around. Also in the first video, one thing I started to talk about and cut myself off on was the one thing that this game had that I couldn't find that I thought it could benefit from. And it may have it, I may not have found it, but it's a shoulder swap. In most third-person shooters, especially when it's kind of an over-the-shoulder cam, which this is. It's not directly behind the player. You can see it's kind of offset to the left. When you zoom in, it definitely zooms in over the right shoulder, as it would if you were a sniper, which that's fine. But when you're, let's say, taking cover on something, or even just hiding behind a block or building, you should be able to switch sides so that you could look over. It didn't prove to be a problem in the game, but just something I noticed along the way. So we can see we got a vantage point we got to get up to there. And while I was flapping away there, I did go ahead and plant those 2 explosives, one on the truck and then one short of the street there, to be on like a mailbox of some sort or something. Now if we ran through this ransacked apartment, we'll make our way all the way to the top. And we find ourselves this soldier taking a little nap. And we go ahead and make that a permanent nap for him. Night-night. And that brings in his buddy, who I have to give him the rod. He got rodded. And bring on the shooters. So again, I very much enjoyed this demo, and I personally look forward to it. Ooh, this is one of my favorite shots right here. When I said that sometimes it takes out chunks and whatnot, and that I'd let you see later in video 1, this is what I was talking about. Pull out my Springfield, get her all loaded, let that heartbeat kick down. You can see that meter slowly charging up as it gets further and further to the slower side. Oh, Billy. Oh, did you see that? It was like a piece of his bone. Vital hit. Got paid for it too, right? So definitely, I think a headshot at that would have been probably about the same, but just a kill probably would have been a lot less points. Still not sure what the points will mean in the long run, whether you'll be able to buy and purchase guns or equipment, or if it's just an overall score, like a leaderboard type thing. We'll find out on May 1st when this game drops. And again, at this point, I do plan on getting this game for myself. I hope they have collectibles and other things that we could be of help for as far as trophies go. And if this is a game that you'd like to see one of our playthroughs, which coming up in a game break we'll elaborate more, but we're going to start calling our playthroughs thumb-throughs because that seemed more appropriate. So you heard it first here on the Sniper Elite demo thumb-through. For search purposes, at least for a while, we'll probably still label them playthroughs, but when Jeremy and if Mark ever gets on board, when we refer to them, we will be referring to them as thumb-throughs. You can tell us what you think about that, if it's dumb or if it's clever. Either way, we want to hear. Alright, so after a bit of confusion, go ahead and climb up here. We get to the top of this vantage point, we find out that this is a pretty sweet spot up here. But someone's called in the cavalry. Looks like somebody of importance. He's awfully worried about a pube that he got on him for probably harassing some young lady. That's so inappropriate. Oh yeah. It's Clarence Thomas all over again. Oh, missed the first time. Remember, you gotta account for bullet drop, peeps. It's a long shot. Booyaka show. Look at that truck just incinerated. Boom. Love it. It's cool. Don't necessarily expect this to compete with, Call of Duty or Battlefield as far as, taking over your multiplayer preferences, but there will be some multiplayer options, which we'll touch more on in just a minute here. Boom! That was a lucky shot there. Right through his hip. Hit that grenade on his hip. That was sweet. Or as the game calls it, a Stalin Granata. This guy takes a few shots before I finally go, alright, enough's enough. Melt your face. Oh, damn. Look at that. Ah, cheeky bastard. Alright, only a couple more minions to go. We'll be on our merry way. That definitely had to hurt. And at this point, if I were this guy down here, I'd be like, you know what? All my partners are down. I would have liked to see the one hop off the ground and where that bullet ended up too. That'd be cool. I mean, not that it's essentially the game. Uh-oh. Big Papa pumping tank. Watch out for this guy. I don't think our sniper bullets are going to help at all. Oh, ruh-roh. Where are you going with that? Hey. Oh, and that's it, ladies and gents. All right, well, Sniper Elite V2 going to be out May 1st. As you can see here, it does have online multiplayer. It's going to be fun. Bring it on with your friends. It's going to be some sort of potentially leaderboard, it looks like, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But nonetheless, coming soon. Let us know, people, if you want us to go ahead and get this one up and what your preferences are, if trophies are going to be the best bet or what. And when you get a chance, download the demo and give it a shot. Tell us what you think. Feel free to comment, vote on the video. Subscribe if you like what we're doing. And as always, until next time. See ya.